water boiling, so I saw an opportunity. It just so happened, as I was putting the last tamale in the steamer, you paused to wait for my confirmation, okay? I took a calculated risk, and I failed. And now, we can't recover from it because of you.
Because of me, you rolled the dice and you got snake eyes, brother.
And I owned it.
There's only two of us here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? I let the devil win. I'm sorry.
Okay, now it's your turn for the police story.
Okay. Have you not noticed how... I don't know if you watch dashcam videos or not, or if you're aware of them.
Yeah, of course. I love it.
One of the channels that is pretty popular is primarily our city.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
The amount of times I've either seen an officer that I've interacted with through work, unfortunately, or like places that I recognize, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad I drive around here. That was pretty much it. I just thought it was pretty crazy to me how people are just kind of watching what happens daily over here. In fact, I had a crackhead asking me the time like 4 times last night.
Oh, sorry. I had to go put a beef Wellington in the oven. I didn't hear any of that.
Damn, my audio disconnected for a second. You're gonna have to fix that in post.
No, I saw one video of a guy. I think the South Carolina police were like chasing him or whatever, and he escaped into Georgia, like right around where we are, and the fucker, like as soon as Georgia State Patrol got on the case, they fucking
Yeah, GSP does not give a fuck.
They don't play, brother.
They still look the same after all these years.
They're the sleep paralysis demon of the roads.
That is true. They do have a knack for just sitting right where you can't see them, but still in plain sight.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's gotta be a psyop. Like, it's gotta be some sort of skill they learn only at the GSP. I think one of us has to infiltrate. Be like Prometheus in the flame.
What are the odds that we become police officers and we'll go up the ranks?
We could do it, bro. We could do it.
To the GSP, and then we can learn all their secrets.
We don't even have to be
we
crooked.
Can go as fast as we want.
Like, we could be clean cops that climb. I could feel it.
We can, but
hold on.
It's not fun in that.
No, because like once you do one dirty deed, the rest come.
I just want to hit people with my nightstick. Bonk them on the dang head.
Have you ever been hit with one of those?
No.
That shit hurts.
Have you been hit by one of those?
Maybe.
What? Why?
Someone had one.
Was it a police officer?
No, otherwise I would have said the police beat my ass, but that would be a lie.
You want to expound it all that you got hit with a nightstick?
No, some moron that I used to know. He had a knife collection, and then, like everyone with a knife collection has that one random extra weapon. in their collection, and his happened to be a police baton. And it's not like he hit me hard, but it's fucking metal. Or what feels like metal. Shit hurted.
I bet. Speaking of sleep paralysis demons, for the uninitiated, I have two cats. One is Captain Baxter. He's a big guy. And I also have Bluebell, and she's a little girl. And
AI Isaac, god damn.
hey, huh?
No,
Huh?
the cadence of your voice, you just sound like AI.
Yeah, I put everything through an AI filter so I can finish that beef Wellington I was talking about.
Anyway, you have Bluebell, the small girl.
Yeah, and Captain Baxter is the big boy. And Captain Baxter tends to have he's a little anxious and he likes to swallow things.
There's a better way to say
last-
that, bro.
Well, last year he when we were moving out of our apartment, he was upset because we were trashing his house. So he kind of waddled over to the sink and like swallowed a Brillo pad. So we had to take him to the emergency room and get him scoped. And then like a week or two later, CK came over and scared him. So he had to swallow two of his toys.
He had to is crazy. He did not
And-
have to do that.
He didn't have to. It was a power move. So that time we didn't catch it in time, so he needed actual surgery. So we've spent about $10,000 on this cat so far, just to keep him alive. And so I was at work yesterday yesterday, and Kelly calls me in a panic. It was like, hey, Captain Baxter is acting just like he ate something he wasn't supposed to and now he's sick. We gotta go. So she takes him to the animal hospital. I get done with my work as fast as I can, and then I head that way. And she's been there for a while, and I get there, and we're like, whatever, hanging out, waiting for the news. And so his stomach was dissected. I don't remember what they said, to be completely honest. But basically, they were showing signs of a blockage. So, not new. We're used to it. Still upsetting, but we're used to it. And they're like, okay, we're gonna send the X-rays to radiology, and we're gonna find out if we need to like get it, and we're probably gonna have to keep him overnight. And if it all goes like best case scenario for you guys right now is that we can scope him and get it. That'd be best case, and then worst case is obviously surgery. So we were there for like a few hours, waiting for news. And so this one lady comes in. She was kind of rude to Kelly, I'm not gonna lie, because she didn't really explain the process very well of what was going on. And she just wasn't explaining it at all. And anyway, she was like, and your bill's gonna end up being like about $3,000 something dollars, if we keep him for 24 hours or whatever. So we were like, okay, that sucks, but we'll do it.
You want your cat?
Yeah, we love that guy, and we've already spent $10,000 on him. What's another $3,000? So we're like, okay, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll do that. And she was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to leave him here. You guys can say your final goodbyes Not like that. You can come say goodbye to him. He's awake, and then you can go home, and we'll call you in the morning. So after we had that, kind of hard talk, we sit down, and this other lady that's been kind of helping us walks up to us and was like, "Hey, radiologist said there's probably nothing to worry about. You can go home right now." And that was pretty much the gist of that conversation. So he's home now. He was a little poopy when we got him home, but he's clean. He's cool. He's acting normal. So I don't know what that was all about, but
Damn.
yeah,
Expensive ass cat.
yeah, he was doing it for attention. No, he had a hairball that morning, so that's why we were kind of concerned.
Maybe he has a crush on the nurses.
That emergency clinic rotates its staff, but maybe he doesn't. I can attest to that. He does not like the vet at all. Like, he really doesn't like you and nurses and vets. Those are the two things
That's
he
crazy to
doesn't
put me on
like.
the same tier too, because I don't even put anything inside of him.
That we know of.
No, you don't have to add that. You look, you would know. I can't even get close enough to touch him, bro.
Yeah, it was like on site the moment you guys met. So, but anyway, we have to feed him a bland diet for like a couple days of like boiled chicken and rice. And to make things easier, we are feeding Bluebell the same exact thing. Remember her? She's the small one. So apparently last night, she Kelly sent me this video. She like I don't know if she saved it, but if she did, I would love to share it. But she grabbed like a mouthful of rice and just started growling at everyone like a feral beast. And she's not a feral beast. She's really small and she's really cuddly. And I'm not really sure what came over her, but she is a rice fiend. So
That's so
now
funny.
she kind of turned into a monster whenever that rice hit tongue. And that was it. So like growling at everyone. And Kelly said that after she ate that little bit of rice that was in her mouth, because she was like holding on to it for like a while. And as soon as she was done eating it, she went from to meow. So I don't know what happened.
Maybe she just has like food aggression.
She doesn't use. I mean, she maybe a tiny bit, but nothing crazy like that. I mean, she's like pushed Captain out of the way to get his food a couple times and maybe growled at him, but nothing super crazy like this.
Damn, what a fatty.
I mean, she's the size of like a can of Red Bull. She's not that big.
Yet.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we can't really catch a break with these cats. Bluebell, you remember the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight?
Yeah.
That was that day where I was watching the fight by myself because Kelly was gone, and right before Mike Tyson was supposed to go on, Bluebell jumped on the counter, like, and like brought down a. She was like really little at the time. I know you know the story, but she was like not even 6 months old yet, and she jumped on the counter but couldn't quite get all the way up, and she grabbed onto a cutting board and brought the cutting board down on her tail and broke it. So yeah,
Poor
we
cat.
got an accident prone kitten, and boy cat that'll eat anything,
Yeah,
I guess.
Pika Pete.
Yeah, Bika Pete. That's him.
So I was gonna ask you earlier. Do you have any made up names like you and Kelly, like cat words? Like I know earlier I was talking about how I call Misfortune Scrungly. With JoJo, a lot of the times we just call her Joe. And then
Makes sense.
like if she's doing anything, we'll just take whatever she's doing and say Joe right after. Or like so we'll take an adjective. If she's sleeping, we'll call her Sleepy Joe.
Uh-oh.
Or Angry Joe.
Let's not get political now.
Well, that's actually how it started because it was just like she was she had just woken up, so she had crusty eyes and she looked really sleepy, and so I called her Sleepy Joe. And then I thought of instantly. I thought of the political thing, and then I just imagined my cat as an old man, and it was funny to me.
Yeah, that is funny. Put Joe Biden's head on a cat. There you go. Visual aid.
Have fun with that.
It's not that hard.
No.
Doesn't have to look good.
Okay. So we were talking about it earlier. This another thing, but you have a salt lamp, right?
I do have a salt lamp.
I have two. One in my office and one in my bedroom. Now, here's the ultimate question, and you probably already know what I'm going to ask. If you want to take a guess, go ahead.
I have licked my salt lamp before.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay. You were silent for too long. I was like, wait a minute.
No, my calico cat is tweaking. She's like meerkatting around my desk and yipping at me.
Big cat episode today.
Hey, yo, leave the.
What did she do?
She hit my cord, so it unplugged and it stops the recording in Audacity.
Is this just going to be every episode?
No, I gotta get a better setup for my microphone. That's all it is right now. And normally I'd have the door closed, but since I'm home alone, I didn't think it would be an issue. Okay.
Okay, where were we?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you had licked a salt lamp before.
Yeah. Once I realized it was actually salt.
I mean, yeah. If you don't lick your salt lamp after you've discovered that it is actually salt, I think I can't trust you as a human being. Like, where is your sense of adventure?
You're too cautious. Lick your salt lamp. This is our official stance.
Yeah. In fact, if you have a salt lamp and you haven't licked it, go do that now. If you won't, then you will not be missed, but you're no longer welcome here.
Unfortunately, you will have to unsubscribe. And you'll have to stop listening to the podcast.
If we ever run into you in the streets, we will fucking check you.
It is on site. Lick your salt lamp or else.
Now, here's the main topic I brought today. I figured you might enjoy this. Are you familiar with the term time to penis?
No.
What do you think that might mean? If you could guess.
I don't want to know.
No, I promise you do. I promise you do. It's actually really funny, in my opinion.
Tell me all about it. I'm all ears.
At least humor me a little bit. Like, what do you like time to penis? I'll even give you the context of like.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Use it in a sentence. Okay. let me brain blast this out real quick. Okay. Some video game developers place bets on the time to penis after launch.
Oh, is it like porn of their game?
No. Okay, so you know how like think of a game like Overwatch, right? Or Call of Duty, any shooter game.
Oh,
You
like
know how when you
shooting the bullets into the wall, making a penis, drawing a penis.
yes, that is time to penis. It's
Red
how
Dead
long
Redemption was like 4 seconds. As soon
it's
as I was
how
able to
long
walk in
it
the snow,
takes. Yeah, however long it takes the player to
draw a penis.
to draw a penis with the tools given, whether it's with bullet decals, walking in the snow, actually painting it, however.
Power wash
And so
simulating.
that, yeah, no, naturally, I've been playing that with a fiance, and it's crazy how many penises were on those people's houses.
I've never played, but I really want to.
We should.
All right.
So
Guys, monetize us. Get as many listeners in here as possible so I can play. Because I don't have enough money.
now, with a couple friends from work, I have come up with a game of the same name. So the game is called Time to Penis. And the way you play is you can choose your difficulty, right? And then you'll just open up one of the social media apps based on difficulty. And you pretty much race to see who can have a penis show up in their feed. And it has to be like, it can't be a curated account. So all of us have just like blank accounts. So it's pretty much how long it takes for us to get shown a penis on the front page of whatever social media site it is.
That actually does sound fun. It's just like a penis in any form, like
Yeah, it can be drawn. It can be. I mean, we even count shit like if it shows up in a game, like we were talking about. It just has to be a dick.
yeah, that sounds fun. I'd bet on that. Take me to Vegas. Take me to the time to penis table.
Easy is Twitter, medium is Instagram, and hard is like TikTok.
Or Facebook.
I don't think we've tried Facebook because there's no way to make it. Making a fake account on Facebook is kind
It's
of
hard.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard. That's the professional level. If you're willing to make a blank account on Facebook. But also Facebook's very boomery. I don't think you would find one.
Yeah, I feel like their mental illness is displayed in other ways.
Kind of going all over the place on this one. I'm digging it.
You want to play Time to Penis?
I would love to.
All right, pull up Twitter right now.
I don't have one of those.
Even better. No, we should do a video about that though.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I feel like it'd be kind of fun to hash out a couple ideas I have for some skits too. I don't know, unless you want to keep them close to the chest.
I mean, when are we actually gonna do this? You know.
So, I think this one wouldn't be too difficult, but it's set up like a documentary. Almost, I feel like it'd be really stupid, but also because it's so stupid, it'd be funny to do like a 1-for-1 recreation of the Surf's Up documentary.
Oh yeah.
Setup. Yeah.
What a
And
weird choice for that movie.
Right. I hated that movie as a kid just because it was like a documentary.
Like it felt boring almost.
Yeah, 100%.
Until they forgot that they were doing a documentary halfway through.
But set up just like that. But the premise is it's Goku.
Hey, it's
is real, right? The Dragon Ball world is real, and
Oh, dude,
Goku is
8-year-old
going
me is into this.
and he's going around picking fights with every bald person he sees because historically the strongest people he's fought have had
Or
no hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like,
Frieza.
"Hi, I'm Goku. I heard you look like the strongest around here."
Wait, what?
Huh?
I'm on my
And
way
like
to work.
I feel like it'd almost be funny to have some world building where he's actually recognized as like a nuclear disaster level threat.
He's just been going
like-
around killing innocent bald people.
Yes. You were very strong.
Are you even trying? That wasn't fun at all.
Wow, you went easy on me. You were just a torso. You don't even have. You were just like no head,
Just a torso.
no arms. You're just a torso.
Gotta hit the Yamcha pose.
He just tosses a sensu bean. I feel like we could easily make that in a weekend.
Oh, yeah. With the shittiest Goku costume ever.
No, we don't even have to show Goku, right? But we
Yeah.
could. I mean, honestly,
Or
either
just like
way,
a far away shot.
there's lots we could do with it. I think we should explore that idea. Goku as a horror villain is a really fun idea to me.
Because he really doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he is much like a cat. He just moves from stimulus to stimulus with no real end goal.
That's a really good way to put that.
They're just like fucking houseplants, dude.
I wanna
like,
I wanna know what fucking live action Goku would think about real Goku. What was it? Dragon Ball Evolution.
I don't even know what that is.
You know, you've never seen Dragon Ball Evolution?
No.
Lord, it came out in, like 2008. Hold on.
I'm a fake fan of Dragon Ball. I just want to put that out there. I like Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball Z. I like some of Super, but overall I don't really care for it. And then like I don't hate GT. I just don't like GT.
I liked the idea of GT, especially Super Saiyan 4. But yeah, I'll be honest, I've never watched it completely all the way through. But yeah, no, Dragon Ball Evolution. It was they made a live action.
Oh, the live action Dragon Ball movie. Yes, I have
Yeah.
seen that. That's all you. Okay, I didn't know it by fucking name.
What I said,
Don't
the
call-
live action.
Oh, I missed the part where you said live action. All I heard was the government name.
What, were you steaming your tamales again?
No.
That's gonna become a euphemism
For what?
for, I don't know, for not paying
Heck.
attention when I'm talking about Dragon Ball Evolution.
What? I was steaming my tamales.
Speaking of live action, so Disney has been wrecking their library with live action remakes.
Yeah, gotta renew the copyright.
Right. So now DreamWorks has come into the fray with How to Train Your Dragon. I had no idea that this was happening until it already had been out for a couple days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing.
Apparently it's good. People were upset at first because they're like, "Oh, it looks like a shot-for-shot remake," and then when it came out in theaters, everyone was like, "It's so good because it's a shot-for-shot remake." So I don't know what happened, but yeah, I'm not one. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I actually, you know what? Because I don't feel like How to Train Your Dragon's that old, but I think it's like 15 years old now.
I don't know. 15 sounds like a crazy number, but you could be right.
Let me see. I'm gonna figure this out.
I read those books as a kid. I don't know if you did or not.
I did not. I was aware of them because they were in our library.
They are nothing like the movie.
I do know that.
They make Toothless to be like he is this anime protagonist with a dark, tragic backstory, badass but cute looking ass motherfucker in the movies. No, he is straight up a fucking rat in the books.
First thing that came up on Google is How to Train Your Dragon LGBTQ. So
Well, is it?
I don't know. 2010, How to Train Your Dragon came out.
I mean, that's cool. I know that is what we were talking about, but I need an answer to that more pressing question.
Oh, this is the AI overview.
Okay.
Yes, while not explicitly stated in the original books, the character Gobber the Belch in How to Train Your Dragon films is widely interpreted as gay.
Good. I'm glad we can still like that movie.
I always forget that Jonah Hill was in that movie. Oh, they made a. What else is he in? They. Oh no, it was Seth Rogen. They're making Animal Farm, and Seth Rogen's in it.
Yeah, I know. He's Napoleon.
It doesn't. It looks. It looks like a kids movie. Like what the hell?
I I don't mean to be a literature snob, but I don't really have high hopes for it.
I don't either. Well, I am going to be a literature snob about it because Animal Farm is an actually important book, especially in today's climate, I think. And I feel like they're not going to do it justice.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be uh, a parody of itself, almost.
Oh, dude. You know the Dreamworks Smirk?
Yeah.
Dude, one of the posters for How to Train Your Dragon has Toothless doing the damn Dreamworks Smirk with the raised eyebrow and everything. If he had arms, he'd be crossing them.
Overlay it with Shrek. Do you think they just have like one face rig that they just overlay every 3D model they have?
I think they do.
Is it like an inside joke? If there's any DreamWorks people out there who ever hear this, please let us know. Like, who has access to the Smirk rig?
Dude, I fucking hate. I love the DreamWorks Smirk as like a meme, but like, why? Who let this happen to every character?
I think you just ruined our thumbnails for a long time with this forbidden knowledge, Isaac.
Oh,
Once
they're
I
all
get my
doing it.
Bro, once I get my hands on these fucking thumbnails, your face, DreamWorks Smirk, every video.
Oh god, they got fucking Poe doing it.
Imagine if I used like one of those generative AI videos or generative AIs to make a video of you looking at the camera and slowly doing the DreamWorks smirk in every video. So like I would just take a still frame and pause everything just so you would turn and uncannily do the smile.
Did you watch Kung Fu Panda 4?
No.
I didn't even bother.
I think I saw the third one on TV. Like, just like passively while I was doing something else.
I will say the Kung Fu Panda trilogy is really good. I mean, it kind of falters. Like, the first one's really good. The second one's, like, good. And then the third one kind of plateaus from there. but it's a pretty good trilogy. Like everything kind of like it's what you would want in a real trilogy. Like actually kind of bouncing off of the last movie.
I had someone tell me that they didn't like the first movie because they had bought the collector's set and it came with the scroll, and the scroll was reflective, but in the movie it wasn't.
It
And
was
I'm
in the
like,
movie.
no, I know. And like, he's been this mad for this long. And I pulled up my phone and showed him the scene, and he's like, you fucking kidding me?
What an idiot! He didn't even watch the movie. Does he? Does he
Yeah.
not realize that there was no secret ingredient?
Now, bro is hella paranoid. So I feel like sometimes he psychs himself out and will like misinterpret something one time and then just zero in on it. Because he's like that with a lot of different things. It's kind of like concerning at times, but otherwise he's a really cool dude.
Don't show him Slender Man.
Oh man, I did think of one thing that him and I talk about that's kind of frustrating for me because he is a very big advocate for AI. Like he thinks and wants AI to do everything, including like generate art.
See, I here's I'm gonna go out on my official stance here. I think AI, like generative AI, can be pretty helpful to like help shape ideas in your head or whatever, like privately. But I don't know about like real life applications for it. You know, I mean, obviously to shit out stuff like art, like sure, whatever. But like, I don't know. I don't think I would ever go to watch an AI movie or something like that. You know, that's the debate
I
right now.
I think there's a place for generative AI art in the art space. I'm very much of the opinion that it should be mandatory to be labeled. I don't care how like passable it is for like genuine human work.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a mandate, or not even like government level. That's ridiculous. But it should just be expected and shunned if you don't label your art correctly.
It pretty much is
Because
on TikTok right now. Like if there's like an option to say if it's AI generated or not. And unless it's super obvious that it is, most people that do AI stuff will make sure they say it is. Mostly because the people who are posting the AI stuff want people to know how great it is. But
yeah, because I don't hate it. I don't have this raging hate boner for people who use generative AI to have some sort of entry point into the art space. I just think that that's what it is. It's a tool at the end of the day. Like just because you being skillful with words is impressive, but I think they're at the end of the day the the idea that you are just as skilled as someone who is traditionally trained. I mean, that's not even the right word, but to argue that generative AI is as nuanced and complicated as regular pen to paper, you know, stencil to drawing pad, it's not comparable in terms of what's put into it.
right.
That's where I stand. I think it doesn't matter how close or how good it looks. I don't care if it looks better, right? Because I mean, at the art is subjective, of course, but at the end of the day, it is still uh, one is human labor, human effort, and one is not. and there is a distinct difference.
See, I'm surprised that AI has gone as far as it has, especially since like modern, like Disney, used to be an animation giant, and now people are like, well, you're just kind of churning out slop, even though it is human, touch or whatever. Like people are clearly not connecting with it like they used to because it's not the same. I'm surprised that people are letting AI, art like that get so far, especially with feelings like that. I mean, there's a new Pixar movie coming out this summer, and I didn't even know about it. In last episode, we just talked about how much I love, Pixar movies, and I didn't even know it was coming out. And it
You know what it
doesn't
is?
look amazing, huh?
I'm gonna say, you know what AI is. This huge influx of effort into development of it. It's the modern space race. And instead of countries competing, it's not just countries, it's companies and countries. It's just a race to see who can have the most powerful and like knowledgeable machine. And it's just going, I mean, it's a positive feedback loop. I feel like it's just going to keep accelerating at how good it gets to the point where I mean, I don't even think we can really think about the things that AI is going to be able to help people do even next year, let alone 5, 10 years from now. It's a scary thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like appropriate to cower in fear of it. I think a lot of it's going to change a lot of things, and a lot of people are going to have to adapt to it. And it's not going to be all good, nor will it be all bad. But the uncertainty is definitely like the scariest part.
Yeah, I think we're in a weird limbo right now where we're pretty much trying to figure out how it's going to be mainstream. Like how it will be used mainstream because it's going to be. It's going to have to be.
I mean, it already is. It's already integrated into so many companies. Whether it's
Yeah.
proprietary or they're using a chat GPT model.
Right. I think we're on the right track considering how many people are get outraged about commercials. I mean,
Grok, is this real?
Coke during Christmas, they put out an AI ad about like Coke delivery or whatever. It was kind of obvious, and people were like, "This, nuh-uh, we don't like that."
Well,
You
it's
know,
the thing is the ad is for profit. I think it's inherently wrong to use AI for ads.
to solely only have the AI do all the work for your financial gain, I think personally is scummy and wrong. Shouldn't be done.
Unless they solely trained the AI on the ads Coke has made over the last few years, but we know they didn't. That's like there's ways to make it ethical, like generative AI ethical, but the effort that it's going to take to do it, I feel like is going to just stop any major efforts to regulate it.
Well, it's all starting to come to a head already. Disney and Universal, in a rare matchup, both are filing a class action lawsuit against I think OpenAI, mostly for copyright, saying that they used they trained their AI on their intellectual property, and in turn was able to do the things it does with those images. But I mean, we're already seeing the precedents being set right now. I mean, the big two animation houses are getting into 2 out of 3 are getting into a fight with AI already.
Well, on the other foot, though, the government, our federal government, just passed or is trying to pass. Unfortunately, I may be talking about out of my ass, but it seems like they're passing a bill that prevents state regulation for AI. It has to be done at the federal level.
Yeah, that really big bill that they've been talking about. Um, yeah, there's a section in there pretty much that we AI can't be regulated for like another 10 years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I'm states' rights advocate, so
Did you say states' rights?
hey, that it is surface level, brother. We don't even need to try to go there. I am a nonpartisan voter.
Um, I don't know why I thought of this. I'll take you on my mind map in a second. But I think I might start playing Fortnite because
Okay.
they just put Hank Hill into Fortnite. I'm really excited about it
I
because you
dude,
know I
I
love King of the Hill.
I will not hate on Fortnite. I don't play it myself. I'm kind of over battle royales as a whole.
Right.
But if that game is fun for you, fucking play that game, bro.
Listen, I I'm not good at a lot of shooters just in general. So I never really clicked with Fortnite. And then as it went on, it kind of I don't know, Fortnite kind of went through this weird thing of here's a cool little niche game. This is kind of not a new genre, the battle royale, but here's a new take on it.
Well, it was fairly novel when
Yeah,
Fortnite added the battle royale mode.
like yeah.
Because
And
what it was
then
PUBG and the culling pretty
right.
much.
And then so it evolved from here's this niche game that's in beta, whatever. Come play it if you like it, and people liked it. So then it evolved to mainstream, like actual, gamers that play COD and shit. Like, hey, here's a really fun game where everyone's playing it. It was like PUBG, like right before Fortnite. It was the same amount of popularity, and then it evolved to only 8-year-olds and 12-year-olds play this. And then it kind of dipped in my opinion, not necessarily like the actual game itself, but the culture of the game definitely dipped in quality. Definitely felt like a postmodern Minecraft, if that makes sense. Like when they were making all the animations, and it was very very centered towards like the 8 to 12 demographic.
Yeah, like Elsa Gate content almost.
Right, kind of.
Except like not
Not yeah, not in the same vein.
just
But
like
yet
regular kid slop.
right. But now it's sort of revolved back to what it was. I think. I mean, I don't really follow it at all. Really, I mean, I'll see clips every once in a while, but I mean, how long has this game been out? It's been out for a while.
Yeah, I mean, this is just gonna show like where I was at with gaming, but I've actually played.
2017.
Damn, yeah, I played the single player mode for a long time, and I don't even think they have it anymore.
You know what game I'm really that kind of had a similar journey that I really like?
Is it Overwatch?
No, actually, I'm fuck Overwatch. I have broken up with Overwatch. We are not friends anymore.
It's all rivals all the time now.
Yeah, it's on site. If I see Overwatch in the street, they're getting a nightstick to the noggin. They getting bonked. But no, Roblox. Roblox is really cool, actually. Like I know it's definitely on the same level as far as like quote unquote kid cringe, like Among Us was when it got popular, just like Fortnite we were just talking about, Minecraft. But I don't think it's hit that rise yet about getting to a spot where it's actually you got a lot of cool shit in here. So Roblox came out right around the same time YouTube started. It was basically a Lego ripoff that was a sandbox. There was so much you could do in it. I mean, you know what Roblox is. I think everyone does.
Yeah, no, I used to play the hell out of Roblox because it was free.
Right. It was a it
It
was
was long before the era we're at now. Like the creators back then were just all making the same thing, really.
exactly. And like, you had the obstacle courses, just really
Yeah, obbies, tycoons, and like survival games, and that was
it
pretty
was
much. And then it's
it was
like,
very rudimentary. It was basically a Lego. It was basically a Lego game without Legos.
yeah,
And then it kind of turned into a lot of the same things I was talking about, kid kind of more kid content. The site went to cater to that, whatever. Have you been on Roblox recently, like at all, like in the past 3 years?
I mean, I think I went on there like once last year to play something with my fiance.
There's so much shit on there. It's great, like full-fledged games, like not
Oh
AAA
yeah,
quality, but
I'm
definitely
fully
like
aware. There's a Siege clone, a Call of Duty clone.
there's like Poppy's Playtime clones, stuff like that.
I know there's this one horror game on Roblox that actually looks really cool. Doors.
I haven't heard of that one.
I mean, I remember like when Roblox Squid Game was like the game to play
Oh,
for a
right. Yeah,
time.
that was like recently. But yeah, no, I really I would love to do a little series, just play random Roblox games with you. I think that would be
I
fun.
am down. I mean, shit, we can do that off camera. It's
Yeah.
so fun.
Like there's like a lot like there's like legit simulators on this thing.
Well, shit, man, you want to play some Roblox?
Hell yeah, I want to play some Roblox.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. We're gonna go play Roblox, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go play Roblox.
Well, now you're making it sound weird. Now you're making it seem like you're gonna go steam your tamales.
I'm gonna steam your tamale.
My. All right, we better get out of here.
That's what racing is about.